Welcome to Your Magnetic Purpose. This season, we're cutting through creative blocks, working with your influence, not against it, using systems like human design, astrology, and everything in between as a tool and not a rule. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Your Magnetic Purpose. I am your host, Ashley Hood, and today we are on part 4 of our 9-part series of the Human Design Energy Centers. We are going to be dropping into the Ego Center, which is also referred to as the heart or the will center in human design. This center might be small, but it is mighty. It holds the pulse to all of your self-worth, your willpower, and your capacity to commit. It's that divine spark that says, I want that. If you've ever struggled with overgiving, undercharging, people-pleasing, or performance anxiety, or just feeling like you're in a silent competition, this one is for you. Let's start with what the center actually is. The ego center is a motor center, meaning it generates energy, but not just any energy. This is the fuel of personal desire, material ambition, commitment, and the deep inner knowing of your values. It governs resources in the material world, willpower and drive, and self-worth and integrity. It's your promises, your contracts, and your commitments. This center is connected to the heart, but it's also your nervous system, which is why when it is out of balance, you might feel unworthy, restless, competitive, or totally shut down. A defined ego center makes up about 30% of the population. You have consistent access to willpower, and you're designed to commit when your heart's in it. And you have great follow-through. You're here to lead, to initiate, and to own your own desires unapologetically. When you are aligned, you can boldly claim what you want, you work hard in short bursts, and you honor your limits. When you're living in the shadows of it, you might push others too hard and dominate group spaces, or you become overly focused on status and recognition. You may tie your value to what you're able to produce. If you have an undefined ego center, you make up about 70% of the population. You are not here to consistently access willpower, and that is not your flaw. You are here to feel into value, not force it. You may deeply feel the pressure to prove yourself, to earn love, respect, or belonging through your actions. When you are aligned, you honor your energy. You know that your worth is not up for negotiation. You work with what you have when it's right for you. But if you're in the shadow, you may say yes to try and prove that you are enough, or you might undercharge. You compete even when no one is competing with you, and you may burn out trying to do what you think others want you to do or want you to be. So let's talk about how the ego center shows up in your real life. In the workplace or in your leadership roles, a defined ego may thrive in roles where they are setting the tone or negotiating value, but they can intimidate or rush others without realizing it. Undefined egos may feel crushed under the weight of meetings, performance reviews, or unspoken hierarchies, often proving to be silent. In creative spaces, a defined ego might have a drive for big launches, big ideas, and bold promotions. An undefined ego may second-guess their rates, avoid visibility, or even collapse under the pressure of overgiving. In competition, this is a competitive center by design, but it is a sacred competition different from a toxic hustle. When it's healthy, it says, I want that, and I believe that I can have that. When it is unhealthy, it says, if they have it, I can't, or I'll be valuable when I win. So let's talk about the four gates of the ego center and how they play out. Each gate is here to reveal a story of power, protection, and personal truth. Gate 21, the gate of the hunter or the huntress. This is also the gate of control. The key themes are mastery over resources, control, and management. Its strengths are a natural manager of resources, money, and people. It has the instinctive ability to take charge and distribute resources efficiently. It's protective of their family and their tribe, and it ensures that everyone is provided for. When it's in the shadow, it can be overly controlling or micromanaging. It may struggle with power dynamics, even dominating or feeling dominated. There's a strong need to be in control, and this can create tensions within relationships if it's not balanced. In your daily life, these individuals are often found managing finances, organizing households, or leading teams. They thrive when they're given autonomy and a clear role in overseeing material and practical matters. There is a need here for recognition. And then we have Gate 26, the gate of the egoist. Their core themes are persuasion, influence, salesmanship, and a really good memory. Their strengths are they are the master persuader. They know how to sell ideas, products, or visions. They can recall past experiences to persuade or protect others. They're excellent at simplifying and packaging complex information. But if they're in the shadows, they might distort the truth or exaggerate to gain an advantage. They can manipulate or push too hard in the pursuit of their own goals. And they risk being untrustworthy if the ego gets in the way of their honesty. In their daily life, they are natural marketers, communicators, or strategists. They work best when they are aligned with truth or missions that they believe in. They require a lot of rest and recovery, especially after exerting their will and forcing an interaction. Gate 40, the gate of deliverance. Their core theme is willpower for work, needing appreciation, and their strengths are a really strong willpower to work hard and contribute to the group. They are reliable, loyal, and committed when properly supported. They know the importance of a balanced give and take, but if they're in the shadow, they can feel underappreciated or even used. They have a tendency to overwork out of guilt or duty. They need a lot of time alone to recuperate without feeling guilty about taking that time. In their daily life, people with Gate 40 often play the role of the provider, the fixer, or the worker. They work best with clear agreements. If you do this, you'll get this in return. They deeply value rest and solitude, especially when they're emotionally supported. And then we have Gate 51, the gate of arousal or the gate of shock. Their core themes are shock, courage, competition, and initiation. This has the inner courage to leap into the unknown and shake things up. It brings transformation and awakening through dramatic or unexpected events. They are competitive, bold, and often the first to try something new. If they're living in the shadow, they can be a little bit impulsive or disruptive without meaning to be. They might create shock just to provoke a reaction out of you. But they may also struggle with vulnerability or the fear of failure. In their daily life, they are spiritual warriors or initiators. They're often leaders and the first responders or the change makers. They may experience or deliver life-changing shocks. Their boldness inspires others, but it must be grounded in purpose and not ego. Want to explore the ego center more? I break this down in your magnetic blueprint or a personal session. So much of our modern world is built on the shadow of the ego center, that hustle, that burnout, that providing. When we can bring this center into alignment, it becomes our compass. A defined ego is here to lead, to launch, to claim, but stay heart-led. An undefined ego, rest, receive, and reclaim. Your value comes from the inside out. You are worthy even when you are still, and you can desire without shame. You never have to earn a place at the table you were born to sit at. This is the work of your magnetic purpose, to unhook from the proving and come home to the rhythm of knowing. If this episode activated something in you, I invite you to book a one-on-one reading, download your magnetic blueprint, or share this episode with a friend who's trying to reclaim their worth. You can listen to this anywhere you stream your podcast and catch the other parts of this series. You can also head over to yourmagneticpurpose.com and check out our blog. Until next time, I am your host, Ashley Hood. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to like, share, and subscribe wherever you stream your podcast. For more resources and tools to explore human design, tarot, and astrology, head over to yourmagneticpurpose.com and book a live one-on-one reading or download your free chart. Remember, the more that you align with your purpose, the more opportunities you attract.